Hello dear friends, welcome to Economics Learners Lab. Hope everybody is doing absolutely fine. As you know that we are covering 90 important topics for the NTNet Economics exam. In this video, we are going to see 73rd topic, that is national income. In this video, we are going to cover what is national income. It means the definition of the national income and what are the methods we have for calculating the national income, and also we are going to see how you can derive the national income in mathematical approach. Okay, let us see what is the definition of the national income. It means a simple theoretical definition of the national income. Okay, national income is a sum of total of factors income earned by the normal residents of a country during the period of 1 year. It means national income, the word itself is indicating that people's income in a 1 year time period. The definition also telling the same thing, residents of a country during the period of 1 year income. Okay. As you know that national income is exactly equal to the national expenditure and national expenditure exactly equal to the national product. It is also agreed by the classicals and Keynesian schools. Okay. For calculating the national income, we have three approaches. That is, if you want to calculate the national income, you can choose income method, and you can choose consumption method, and you can also choose production method. So these are traditional approaches. For calculating the national income, we have income method, consumption method, and production method. But the interesting point is that the income method value and consumption method value and the production method value, exactly you will get a same national income value. Okay. I am repeating once again. If you are calculating national income in income method approach, or if you are calculating national income in consumption method approach, or if you are calculating national income in production method approach, you will get a same value. Okay. Let us see how you can calculate the national income in three approaches. GDP in expenditure method, GDP in income approach, GDP in output approach. Okay. If you are calculating GDP in expenditure method, what you have to do? You have to include consumption, government spending, investment spending, and changes in value of stocks plus exports, and you have to exclude imports. Then you will get a GDP. It means consumption plus government spending plus investment spending plus changes in value of stocks plus exports minus imports, then you will get a GDP. That is also called as a GDP in expenditure method. Okay. If you want to calculate national income, that is GDP in incomes method, okay, factors income method, okay, factors income method, what you can do? You can include income from peoples in jobs and in self-employment, example wages and salaries, plus profits of private sector of businesses, plus rent income from the ownership of the land. When you are adding up, you will get a national income, that is GDP at income approach. If you want to get a GDP in income approach, it is nothing but a wages plus salaries plus profits plus rent. Then you will get a GDP in income approach. If you want to get a national income in output approach, that is GDP value of output, what you have to do? You have to add value added from the each of the main economic sectors, that is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Okay, If you want to get a GDP in output approach, what you have to do? You have to sum it up. Primary sector production plus secondary sector production and tertiary sector production. Then you will get a GDP value of output approach. Hope you have understood this one. I'm repeating again one by one. If you want to get a national income in expenditure method, you have to sum it up consumption plus government spending and investment plus changes in value of stocks plus exports. Then you have to exclude imports. Then you will get a GDP, that is expenditure approach. If you want to get a national income in income approach, what you have to do? You have to sum it up. That is wages plus salaries plus profits plus rent. That is GDP in income approach. If you want to get a national income in output approach, okay, what you have to do? You have to sum it up. Primary sector production value and secondary sector production value and service sector production value. Then you will get a GDP in output approach. So this is a simple explanation of GDP expenditure method, GDP income approach and GDP output approach. Okay. Let us see GDP calculations problems. Okay. As you know that GDP includes only final production, that is final goods. But in a reality, it's a very difficult to distinguish between the final goods and semi-finished goods. So that is also one type of problems when you are calculating the GDP. Okay, this is one problem. Okay, the second problem is that government transfer the payments to the individuals under the schemes. But this transfer payments, it's a very difficult question. Theoretically, it says transfer payments should be excluded from the GDP, but it is a very difficult to show the transfer payments are excluded or included. Okay, and the third problem is that immeasurable activities. For example, housewife works a lot from morning to evening for serve the family. She works a lot, but it is very difficult to calculate and it is very difficult to show in GDP. So some immeasurable activities we cannot able to measure in monetary terms. It's very difficult to show in monetary terms. So it's very difficult to some immeasurable activities. It's very difficult to show in GDP approach. We have these small three problems when you are calculating the GDP. But why you calculate the GDP is that for knowing the current status of a country and for making better policies for the next level. That's why we calculate the GDP or national income. So do you know the difference between the GDP and GNP? Let us see. GNP is nothing but when you are adding net factor income from abroad to the GDP, then you will get a GNP. Okay. The simple difference between the GDP and GNP is that net factor income from the abroad. If you are adding net factor income from abroad to the GDP, then you will get a GNP, that is gross national product. So the definition of the GDP is that gross domestic product. The definition of the GNP is that gross national product. GDP includes within the country production. GNP includes all people's income all over the world. Okay. It's a simple difference between the GDP and GNP. Do you know this? Okay. Let me show you. GDP at market prices, GDP at factor cost, GNP at market prices, GNP at factor cost, and NDP at market prices, NDP at factor cost, NNP at market prices, NNP at factor cost. Do you know this? Let me clarify you. So as you know that GDP means, okay, as you know that GDP means gross domestic product. GNP means gross national product. NDP means net domestic product. NNP means net national product. So let us first we will see the the difference between the market prices and factor prices, then we will go into the very deep explanation of this GDP and GNP, NDP and NNP. The main difference between the factor value and market value is that market value includes taxes, okay, but factor value is an actual value, okay. So when you are adding taxes to the factor value, then you will get a market value. When you are removing taxes from the market value, you will get a factor value, okay. The main difference between the factor value and market value is that factor value excludes the taxes, market value includes the taxes, okay. Simple explanation of GDP at market prices, okay, that is gross domestic product at market prices. How you can get GDP at market prices? When you are adding net indirect taxes to the GDP at factor cost, then you will get a GDP at market prices. How you can get a GDP at factor cost? When you are subtracting net indirect taxes from GDP at market prices. How you can get GNP at market prices? That means when you are adding net indirect taxes to the GNP at factor cost, then you will get a GNP at market prices. How you can get gross national product at factor cost? When you are subtracting net indirect taxes to the gross national product at market prices, then you will get a GNP at factor cost. How you can get NDP at market prices? When you are subtracting depreciation from the GDP at market prices, then you will get a NDP at market prices. How you can get NDP at factor cost? That is net domestic product at factor cost. When you are subtracting depreciation from the GDP at factor cost, then you will get a NDP at factor cost. NNP at market prices. How you can get this? When you are subtracting depreciation from the GNP at market prices, then you will get a NNP at market prices. How you can get a NNP at factor cost? When you are subtracting depreciation from the GNP factor cost, then you will get a NNP at factor cost. It's a simple mathematical explanation of these all. If you want to add in your notebook, you just add it. It will be very useful for you. How you can derive the national income mathematically? It means when you are subtracting indirect taxes from the GDP at market prices, then you will get a GDP at factor cost, right? When you are subtracting depreciation from the GDP factor cost, then you will get a NDP at factor cost. That means net domestic product at factor cost. When you are adding net factor income from the abroad, you will get a net domestic product at factor cost. That is NNP at factor cost. This NNP at factor cost, it means net national product at factor cost is nothing but a national income. Okay. In this video, we have covered what is a national income and what are the methods we have for calculating the national income and what are the problems you will face in national income calculations and some simple mathematical explanation of national income derivation. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel because your subscription is my inspiration. See you in another video.